Hello, I am Dale from Dale's Rock Interviews and Metalliville-zine magazine, and I'm joined by Lazarus and Steve of Worship the Sacrifice. Hello.
Hello,
Hello,
people. How are
you
we all
okay?
doing?
Right. So, for the people who have just joined, they don't know what us three know, is that we had, in my opinion, was probably one of the best interviews I think I've had. And
Oh,
I'm coming up to nearly 100 interviews. Unfortunately, I had a lot of issues with Zoom that day on two interviews, and the second one, it decided to totally crash and destroy any sort of thing. Apart from, I got a nice transcript of everything we said.
so what? We're just going to read that now, yeah?
Yeah, should we do a
Yeah.
dramatic
So
reading?
I've provided your script. So if we start again, hello, I am Dale from Dale's Rock Interview. But it was such a good interview, and I've been quite down ever since. When I first started this, I interviewed Brendan B. Brown from Wheatus, and
Awesome.
it was my first ever Zoom interview, and I didn't do something right on the permissions, and I had a 40-minute silent movie,
No.
Oh no.
and he recorded it on his end, but he didn't do something right, and he also had a 40-minute silent movie. And you can imagine that was my first ever Zoom interview, and I was totally crushed. But he was happy enough, like yourselves, to do it again. Then there were another artist whose name I'm not going to go into, because I live rurally. The feed cut out halfway through the interview, and
Oh.
him being a European metal person, he not refused. He totally refused to revisit the interview. So,
Oh, no.
Oh, that is a shame.
Oh,
so we've got to try and recreate the video, the interview, and you've got to sound really surprised when I mention certain things like you've never heard it before.
I probably forgot it to be honest, so it's absolutely fine. I've got a brain like a sieve, so this is me. This is like, oh, this is all brand new. So after this, I'll be like, yeah, let's go.
Well, I will say what I said initially. I'm very disappointed neither of you have come in makeup again. I thought you would have gotten the memo from the first interview.
We discussed it. We did actually discuss it. We're like, no, we're subverting expectations. We're not going to do it again. No, no, no. Because you would expect it this time. So by unexpecting the unexpected, we've created the unexpected.
Right, there you go. I'm now confused. That's not hard to do, really. But what I've had to do is I've had to totally uninstall Zoom and reinstall it. And there's something wrong with my sound because to me, you're all very quiet, but my
Oh,
volume is turned all the way up. So I don't know what I've done, but I might have just have to turn my hearing aid up a little bit.
we will
we'll
have to
speak up.
project. Go.
Yes, we'll project. Yeah.
Well, Lazarus, in my top right-hand side, you are the singer. And what
Yes.
I've got to say about the singing and worship, the sacrifice, you're not the normal metalcore. I can't understand what you're saying. I can actually understand what you're saying, which I was pleasantly surprised about because I like songs you can sing along to. I can't really sing to your sort of level of growls and screams and stuff, but it is something I can actually understand, and I like that because I like to know what the singer is saying. Was that something you set out to do originally, to be able to be understood?
Absolutely, man. Because I was a lyricist first before becoming a vocalist. So when I was learning the metal vocals, I really just wanted to make sure that people actually got to listen to the lyrics that I'm putting out because I think that for me is my real role in this whole band is that I'm the lyricist, then the vocalist. So yeah, I wanted to just make sure that pronunciation was there. And also it just seemed to fit the kind of techniques that my vocal folds favor. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
all very purposeful.
See, I listen to a lot of the metalcore singers, and I do wonder how are you not destroying your voice? And got to be some sort of a technique to it.
Yes, there is a lot of technique to it. And also the thing that I like to tell people that want to learn metal vocals is that yes, you can learn the technique quite quickly, but you have to like strengthen your vocal folds a lot. You have to do this thing like quite often. It's almost like building up the callus on your fingers for playing guitar. It's the same thing. You got to get your folds used to vibrating in this way that they're not supposed to, you know. So that's, yeah, you got to be patient, have a lot of, yeah, and don't ever go to the point that it hurts.
Yeah, yeah. And did that take a lot of learning from yourself to do that, or was it just like a natural?
So I kind of learned how to do the metal scream through when I was doing a lot of beatboxing back in my teenage years. So I learned how to do Mongolian throat singing. And
Oh
so
yeah, yeah,
my voice box was already used to that weird vibration. So when you just added the distortion to it, it didn't feel strange. So it was like an instinct for me more than anything. So I didn't have to go through the trial and error of actually tearing my vocal folds, which I'm very lucky about. But
yeah.
not everyone's as lucky as that. But maybe that's something that people could take on board. Try Mongolian throat singing first.
I'm sensing a new direction for the band after this, Dale. Sorry, don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
This is I feel it.
Some Who covers.
Who?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who. Yeah. Uh, I did that in college, the Mongolian throat singing, and it's incredible when you actually do it. You know,
Yeah.
you do all this, you're thinking, I can't do that, and then it works, and you're like, oh, I like this. It's not helped
Very
me at
nice.
all with my karaoke singing voice when I try and cover it. I'm like,
What's your karaoke go to?
oh, I've got some really good friends who do karaoke, and they download me all sorts of things. So I have tried. I have been booed, but will not go there.
Very good, very good.
So yeah. So who does the writing in the band?
Musically, I do the writing of the instruments, which usually means I sit in front of my computer, throw things at the wall, and see what sticks. But yeah, I've been playing guitar and writing music for about 25 years now. So started when I was about 15. Got a laptop with a really bad microphone on it, and got like an old Argos back when I used to sell like half size acoustic guitars. Got it cheap, as cheap as I could, and I was literally playing Metallica on those, learning things, learning scales, learning as much as I could, basically self-taught as much as I can, as much as that's viewed in the scene. And yeah, so the during lockdown, there was a lot of time to reflect on, like, coming back to the live scene. And I think in that stage, about 2 years, I think I've wrote over 100 songs or something silly like
Wow.
that. I was just constantly writing. And uh, basically, we was in a few projects that kind of didn't really manifest as we wanted to, and had all this music, was getting frustrated. Dan, who was a previous guitarist for Worship, kind of said, "Well, I've got this vocalist friend. He's really good. Send him some stuff and see what you can do." Sent Laz a track, and within 20, sent him Isaac, which was more melodic than any of our other stuff, and within 24 hours, Laz had the lyrics, song, vocals all recorded, sent back, and I was just in awe. And I was like, "This is it. This is what we're gonna do." So I just threw every single track at him and said, "Do your magic now. Do it."
Excellent. What I love is on your socials is that you're posting the lyrics to the music, and I think that's fantastic. So when I'm in the bath on my own with nobody listening, I can attempt to sing along to it. Last time I attempted to sing along to somebody, she came rushing in thinking I were having some sort of medical emergency. You know, but I do like that because there's a when I was younger, you get the album. You pull it out, you read the lyric sheet while you listen, or you got your cassette and you,
Yeah.
you pull out the long thing and you're reading along while you're listening to it on your Walkman and you're singing along. That's where social media sort of falls down a lot, like on Spotify and other similar um, places where you can listen to music, is
Mm.
finding the lyrics. Some do have the lyrics on, but a lot of them don't. So the fact that you've actually posted your lyrics, I think, is genius, really.
Mm. Is it not a common thing?
No, it really
Oh,
isn't. No.
Oh
No.
wow, okay. I didn't realize that. I thought that was just like a standard maneuver.
Well, I interviewed a band who I'm going to go and see in a couple of weeks called Temptress from Australia. And I had to go through some of the words because one of her songs that were an earworm for mine for quite a while, and I were singing that full belt in the back. And it turns out I was singing totally the wrong lyrics.
It's always the way.
Well, on a serious note, something I'm really proud with Laz is like when you actually get down to read the lyrics, they have such strong meanings, and he's too humble to say himself, but I absolutely love, like, I've just been reading Show 'em the Light. I've literally got it up there reading it 'cause, the thing, and even the first verse is like, as we stray from what is right, we turn each other and fight. The masters watching their delight as we fulfill their wicked plight. So I love the context that Laz brings, and like, with metal or death metal, there's always a niche to go as brutal or as graphic as possible and like play into those stereotypes. But what I love about Laz's lyrics is that they usually have a really positive meaning and a really like
Yeah.
uplifting, like call to arms type meaning, and I love that.
Yeah, no, I'm going to murder you in a brutal way. His lyrics are, I'm going to murder you, but make you look pretty, that sort of thing.
Exactly that. Yeah. Just don't read the lyrics for No Laughing Matter. But yes, everything else is absolutely perfect.
I don't know, Bloodletting's pretty graphic.
Bloodlet's pretty graphic, yeah.
Well, looking at your back catalogue and its EPs, the first cut EP, Army of the Free that were a song, wasn't it, with Daniel Lucas from Smash the Wolf and
Yeah,
Ben Porter from Imperium.
yeah.
Yeah.
Laid at the Altar, which is a demo EP, then Prophecy of Demise EP, and your new EP is Veil of Revelations. Are we going to get an album out of you, or is that not the done thing anymore?
I don't know. I don't know. Do we want to do an album?
I would love to. I think just for the live performances, EP, especially the underground scene, I think they work especially well because there's the whole concept of less is more. And like, we like to showcase our music and get it out there, but we also want people to see the light and experience the live experience, if that makes sense. So yeah, 100% be up for doing an album. They're expensive, but 100% of doing an album. I think we've got material that we've got lined up as well, which is probably the best material we've wrote, and obviously this EP is by far the best that we've wrote as well. So we I think we've got to the point where by doing these EPs and these short bursts, we have really refined what the worship sound is, and we're really proud of that. So yes, 100% album, yes, but I think I think EPs work in the short term, especially for the underground scene.
I
Yeah,
also think that the EPs have kind of they've kind of represent like a stepping stone in our journey. So you can hear like certain changes to the way we're approaching the music in each EP. And it's like we always set out to kind of name them and sort of like demonstrate a sort of ritual, as it were, from start to finish. So, you're starting with the first cut of the sacrifice, and then you can work out the rest. But it's just, yeah, we wanted to, now that we've got to a point where we've actually refined and defined the worship the sacrifice sound, I think it could be time to go on to an album with that kind of sound.
your
So,
hand gestures there, Stephen.
I sorry, yeah, I'm
The
very
first
animated.
button.
Yeah. This is
I've
what
got
I'm
to be
like on
more
stage.
animated, I think.
Yeah.
He's animating for me.
Yeah, I'll be here. I can't sign, sorry, I'm not here, but I'll be here doing the exaggerated movements. There we go.
I'm usually in the access area at gigs and festivals, and big festivals like Download, and you get the sign interpreter, and they are absolutely fantastic. I don't know what they get paid, but they don't get paid enough because they are brilliant, especially when you get a band like Limp Bizkit with
Yeah.
so many swear words. Watching them do it is outstanding. Or Oh, go on. What's that band called who we're going to be seeing at Steelhouse that's replacing Twisted Sister? Steel Panther. I couldn't remember at all. Steel Panther. I mean, they're very racy lyrics, and seeing their hand signs for a lot of stuff is, and they know it. They're on the stage and they'll point it out and say, "Look at her hand signs." If I say oral, and then she's having to do all this, and they say, "But if I say it again, and she's having to do all," it's brilliant, and
That's
they
awesome.
carry it on. It really makes the shows a lot more enjoyable. So you
Incredible.
got to learn your sign language.
Yeah, any BSL teachers out there, let me know. I will happily learn. But yes, especially for Laz's lyrics, I'm not going to do those on stage because I got guitar to play. So if anyone's available to do them on stage, 100%, let's make it accessible as possible.
That would
Yeah.
actually be amazing to see. That would take some
Oh yeah.
dedication, to learn someone's music and be able to translate that into physical language like that that's
Yeah.
impressive, admirable.
I'm 54. I'm still learning how to talk correctly. Let alone learn something totally different. I did mention that, like, we're pretending this is a whole new interview and never
Mhm.
spoke before. I don't know who you two guys are at
Yeah,
all.
we've never seen pictures of you in compromising positions either. We're not going to discuss that till later.
Yep. Show them the light. I absolutely loved Crystal. Amazing songs.
Mhm.
They're already on my Spotify playlist. Nemesis is a cover. So tell me a bit more about Nemesis.
I'm probably going to jump in on this one because Arch Enemy, and I'm trying not to go into stalker territory because we are seeing them in a couple of months. But Mike Lambert was the reason that I started playing lead guitar. He was a massive inspiration growing up when I first learned. Angela Gosso, that the whole band was like that was my childhood. Listening to that melodic death metal or melodic metal at the time, that Shadows Fall. It had Soilwork, it had In Flames, and they all just like inspired that kind of like young me to be more empowered in the scene. And I think the lyrics really hit home with the whole "We Are One" type mentality. And when we were discussing about what to do with the CP, do we throw a little curve in there? Do we, do the unexpected thing, a little razzle dazzle? And I was like, well, maybe a cover, like yeah. And then the moment we started playing it, and it just felt right. Absolutely, like the first time we rehearsed it and played it, and first time we played it live, I did have a little tear because I was like, this is me playing not only one of homages to what I consider one of the best metal musicians, and I was playing his parts, and I was like, hopefully I'm hitting the notes, otherwise he's gonna come and slap me around the back of the head when if I mess this up. But hearing Laz scream the lyrics and we heard the crowd scream the lyrics back because it's a recognizable song, it was a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh,
felt
that's
really good.
brilliant.
And we're metal fans first, and then we started the band. So, this is our influence, and yeah, we just wanted to pay homage to one of our favorite bands.
Yeah. See, me personally, because of my musical taste, if I was in a metal band, I'd be doing like a cover of Alcazar crying at the discotheque, a heavy metal version of that, or you know,
Well, there's an idea.
there's an
Yeah,
idea.
well, we were racking our brains to do an interesting cover as well, weren't
Yeah. Yeah. But I think,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna write that down, but you're getting no copyrights. So,
Oh, okay. Not even a mention on the back of your cover. That's it. Right.
we?
Nice talking to you. I'll see you later. Bye.
we'll do an inlay that no one reads anymore. We'll put you in that. There we
I read them.
go. That's fair enough.
I'm old school. I'm going to read them.
Nice,
Oh, that's
nice.
brilliant. Your live performances, what should we be expecting from you?
I think a multitude of entertaining moments that you won't know where to look. There's a little bit for everyone, if I'm honest. There's me, the serious, brutal death metal guy. I'm the cult leader. I'm doing my vocals, being a little bit theatrical, but not, just a bit dramatic. And then you got Steve, who is the slut dropping, booty twerking Jess the clown, who literally will harass the crowd. But I never see someone interact with a crowd like Steve does on a consistent basis. He's like the Pied Piper once he gets in there. He's like gathering them up and he just makes them do his bidding. It's insane. And then you've got Gus on the other hand, who's just this really enthusiastic, really high energy, just crazy haired dude. And he just solos like and there's just a lot of like craziness. And then there's a bit of brutalness. That's what I think.
Excellent. Because on your bio, it does say death metal slut drops and twerkle pits.
I think this is the to just to expand because live experience is it has to be you have to connect with people, and I love you put me in front of a crowd or a camera and I turn into a little kid. I love to like entertain and make people smile, make people enjoy themselves. And I think when people come to a death metal show, they don't know what to expect, like everything along those lines. So there are points where like me and Laz do little interactions with each other. So he like tries to magically take my guitar away, and I'm there like swearing at him, trying to take it back. But we get people laughing, and I think the best thing for us is that feeling afterwards where people come up to us and say, you know what, I'm not really a big, huge fan of death metal, but you guys really, opened our minds or changed our opinions, and you made us laugh. There are times where, like, especially through Bloodletting was my dancey track. I would like, weaving out the crowd. I'd go with my wireless guitar. I'd go right to the back of the crowd and I'll start heckling Laz and the guys, telling them like, these guys are crap. And then the person next to me start laughing their heads off, and I'm like, that is interact, and that's what live music needs to be. I personally think anyway, because if someone's spending their hard-earned money and their hard-earned time and energy to come and see a band or performance, the venues need that interaction as well. The other bands need that interaction, and I feel is if you can make someone go, you know what, that was a good night, that's worth everything to me.
Yeah, I totally 100% agree with you on that. So you do you're like on my sort of wavelength when it comes to going to see a band. There's nothing worse than seeing somebody who's just taking it so bloody seriously and just droning on with one track that sounds just like the last track and going to the next track. So I've got to be honest, I'm quite excited about seeing you. I'm a bit disappointed the other person with the big hair that you've just been explaining to me is not part of it because I want to see this big hair now. I need to see this.
Gus is incredible. Like he's actually incredible. There are some songs that we dual solo on,
Hmm.
and like he's trying to take it like serious, like going trying to do the notes and trying all this and like headbang, and then there's me like getting really angry because he's playing better than me, and I start giving him really dirty looks and swearing at him, and he's just like trying to pay attention, and then there's me going, "How dare you!" But that's how we bounce off each other. It's amazing. It's live. It's the privilege of the underground scene is that we get to have that personal connection with people, and we chat to people afterwards.
Yeah,
We chat to the other bands, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
excellent. Because what threw me a minute ago is watching you. It just dawned on me who you remind me of, and it really is a huge compliment. I don't know if you're old enough to remember him, but there used to be a person on the BBC called Kenny Everett, and
Have I heard of him? Wait one sec. I need a face. Carry on.
you, you need to Google Kenny Everett because you are the heavy metal version of Kenny Everett, which is huge compliment. He never took himself seriously in especially when you were doing the face gestures, gestures and hand gestures and all that lot. I'm laughing my head off, and you should be on TV. You're absolutely hilarious. You're brilliant, and that's what I love. I love the fact that I can laugh with you. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. Also laughing at you.
I got a laugh.
But it has to be said that
Oh.
you were credited with creating the first Metal Pride event in London. You did the first metal band to play in the Manchester Gay Village. And I find that really inspirational, absolutely brilliant. So, can you tell me more about the Pride event?
So London Metal Pride is actually Steve's idea. He he was always quite conscious of his position in the metal scene, and I just felt like, don't worry, dude. The metal scene is very inviting. Like, it's very inclusive nowadays. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
what you've experienced before, but I'm telling you, the metal scene is a cool place for everyone.
yeah,
And I think he went, well, you know what would be cool then if we had, an all-day event championing queer musicians in the metal scene. So I was like, okay, cool. What are we gonna call it then? Oh, London Metal Pride. All right, okay, cool. And we spoke about this for like, I don't know how many years, 2 or 3 years it
Yeah, it
was.
must have been. Well, one bad impression, but thank you for trying. I've never spoken like that in my life. But no, I no the this is why me and Laz work so well together. I throw out like a million and one ideas. I literally just talk 100 miles per hour. But Laz actually not only was a great friend, a great bandmate, but also a great ally to not only take this idea, run with it, create it, get musicians involved, contact people, do the social media posts. Laz is like he is the organizational man, and I think without him and allies that have supported myself and other LGBTQIA plus musicians in the scene, we need this. The scene has progressed, especially when I first came out back in the early 2000s. There was still a stereotype back then, I feel, and I was conscious that we'd be known as the gay band because I was in the scene and it would tarnish the thing. But the support from Laz and other band members has not only opened the door now to myself being more who I want to be and everything along those lines as an openly gay musician, but Laz has now opened the door with the help of Izzy now and other people that are on the Pride team, literally opening the doors for and showcasing other talent out there that would normally be overlooked. And I think that's absolutely incredible and is needed.
yeah.
And that's actually
Oh,
one
I
of
totally agree.
the coolest things about the whole organization that I found is that when I've gone to bands and said, "Hey, would you like to be part of Pride?" Literally 99% of the bands have been like, hell yeah, oh, we'd love to be a part of that, you know?
Yeah,
And so, yeah, it's a really well backed initiative. And to my surprise, the first of its kind in London, which is crazy to me because, we're the capital city. We should be like leading these sort of events, not being behind, So, yeah, I'm really happy that we've got this kicked off. And yeah, I'm really excited to just see all the people at this show have the best time, be themselves, and just feel accepted and safe. Because that's what happened last year. The best feeling ever.
yeah. I think that's absolutely fantastic and commendable because the the metal scene, as you said, is very inclusive. It's very welcoming of able-bodied, disabled, no matter what or who you choose to be or how you choose to be. They're very welcoming and they're very protective as well. And it's one thing I've absolutely loved about the metal scene. And they're also fantastic for the mental health. In the metalcore, you're providing a screen which we all want to release, but most of us can't. And with the music, it can totally uplift your soul and provide that shining light that a lot of us are searching for and missing. And then when you look around and you've got the people around you all feeling that you're a family, you become one, and that's what I absolutely love. But I will have to cut this meeting short because you just said that you're gay, and I just don't do the gays. It's just like, no, that's it. Oh God,
Well, I am never Leonard. We're off.
not that I've got Rocky Horror behind me at all. I can't shock you now because you've seen my Rocky Horror photos. I can't
Yeah,
go, oh, look at me dressed as Frank. You'll be like, oh, we've seen it, put it away, God.
yeah. I've saved that in my personal files already. It is fine.
But I don't know how many people you performed in front of, but you can't beat mine. I stood in front of 2,500 people dressed as a woman, winning a fancy dress Rocky Horror competition, being chose by Little Nell Columbia herself to win the competition. Two and a half
That's
thousand
awesome.
people in women's underwear.
That's so awesome.
A
I
part of me
know.
is like, well done. The other part of me like, challenge accepted.
Yeah, new
That's
level
amazing.
initiated.
Yeah.
It's just Steve would probably
Yeah,
enter with multiple costumes.
The first Pride
I've
event, I had 12 costume changes. I'm just putting it out there.
only 12. Well, you're not much of a diva then, are you? God.
There's only 10 bands
Oh,
this
that's
year, though.
fantastic. You've got to do the one where it's a half man, half woman. You've got to turn around and do, just
Oh, crikey. Yeah, I will put that on the list to see if I can pull that off tastefully.
we used to have a wonderful all you can drink brunch back when I used to drink. And I went dressed as Freddie Mercury in with the Hoover and the skirt and all that lot. I think I was the brunette version of, no, I was the blonde, you were the brunette of ABBA, you know. And I also went as Pamela Anderson from Baywatch with a full pubic area and big bosoms. Yeah, I looked wonderful.
In slow motion.
Yeah, we
You're
did
not going
do
to
the
get
slow
pictures out of
motion. We
those, are
did
you?
do the slow motion thing. So I'm not really a shy retiring type when it comes to dressing up. I don't mind it. I don't mind a bit of fun. Eh, But you can't take life too seriously. But I'm
No,
shocked you only had
exactly.
12 costume changes.
I'll try and do better at this Pride coming up.
Well, it's Izzy's fault because she said 11, so he tried to one up her by saying 12. He
Yeah.
should have set the bar higher.
Izzy is a huge inspiration. Usually we challenge ourselves quite a bit. Like for this Pride coming up, we might be working on an actual official song, and we're trying to outdo each other. So it's Izzy's amazing. And to be fair, the twerkle pits that we do live was Izzy's suggestion as well.
Oh,
And
right.
literally just like 20 minutes before a gig, went up to me and said, instead of a mosh pit, you should do a twerkle pit, and that was it. It was like okay, so I was like, guys, jump in the
And
middle.
immediately summoned a twerkle pit.
Yeah.
Thanks,
When is
Izzy.
the next Metal Pride?
It is on the 6th of June at Signature Brew in Black Horse Road.
Okay. 6th of June. I'm just having a look now.
It's a really
Uh,
cool venue as well because
you
you get to
you need to do,
play
because
inside.
yeah, Steve's from Manchester. You need to do one at Manchester as well.
Yes,
I'm trying.
yes, we
I'm trying
do.
to get back in the village.
Yeah. Get back in the village.
They
Um,
banned me. I can't get back in.
Return to the village. I like it. Is that the name of the tour?
Yeah,
yeah.
return to the village.
I can't come to that because I am judging a Battle of the Bands competition in Chesterfield. Um,
Uh,
But that sounds
I
amazing as
but
well.
I will be putting it in my diary for next year.
yeah, it'll be a similar time. The first weekend of June, I'm open.
Yeah. Okay. I will be
Maybe
looking.
at a bigger venue as well if this one goes well.
And what's this founding and leading London Metal Coalition? What's all that about?
So the London Metal Coalition is something that I started with my friend Casey and Morton and a few other people who were just members of bands that were playing in that 2021 London Metal to the Masses. We played a few. I think I think we only played 2 rounds, but I went to all of them because I just fell in love with all the musicians that were playing, and I just made friends with them. And before long, I realized, oh, all these bands are friends with each other. Why the hell don't we have a massive group chat and just chat to each other and share knowledge and skills and, just build a sort of database amongst ourselves of like, sort of trustworthy promoters or where to get the best equipment from, what venues are worth, booking for and things like that. And it just spiraled out of control. Like the more people that got involved, like the more bands that got involved, the more enthusiasm was just thrown into this pool of like creativity, and it just birthed this massive community of bands in London. And now we're like over 72 bands working together to
Wow.
just elevate the scene and to keep it alive. And yeah, it's amazing. We've got this really amazing website, and each band has its own dedicated page. It's basically their EPK at this point.
And
It's an
there's
impressive thing.
Yeah, and to expand on that, like we've got like subdivisions for support for people. We got one for mental health. We have one for fitness. We have the London Metal Valkyries, which are promoting women and non-gender conforming musicians as well. So there's different subdivisions within the LMC as well. That's all sparked from this one idea. So Laz, like absolute credit to the originator and you and Casey.
Yeah, well done. I'm very impressed. You seem to have it really quite switched on to be able to rein in Steve's million miles an hour ideas and spit it out at the other end, so to speak, with usable ideas, which is brilliant. Um, and to do something like this as well as the London Pride, is really commendable. Absolutely fantastic.
I don't know
We've
how he
got a
does
lot
it.
of we've got a lot of really awesome people in the community that are all just contributing their part to make it what it is. Like I said, people inside the community built that website. We've got people putting on free shows for London. We've got the Battle of the Brew, which happens at Signature Brew. It's free, and all the bands just play for free. It's like a little gift to the London scene. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
just a lot of really cool things just coming out of it. The idea for the London Metal Valkyries came about, and that was championing women and non-binary people in the London metal scene to come together and enjoy metal in a live environment together. It's just been amazing, and it's all down
yeah.
to every single individual person that has stepped up and just, made an idea happen. It's beautiful.
Excellent. Yeah, brilliant. But me and Steve knows that secretly you just go and you listen to Spice Girls in your spare time. You don't, you know.
No, I will not go get the album. Don't make me get the album.
I've got you'd like this,
What's
Steve.
spare
I've got
time? I don't know what that is.
it's my cassette as well. I can't even blame my partner. I've got Viva Forever on tape single.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Jerry Halliwell's
Brilliant.
last Spice Girls song.
But what one would you be, Dale? That's the biggest question. I'm going to throw it back on you. What Spice
What
Girl
would
are
I
you?
be? Oh, it's got to be Baby Spice with a face like this and no
Ah,
hair.
good. As long as you leave Jerry for me, you're fine.
I actually met Sporty Spice and she were absolutely
I
lovely.
love Mel C. And, like, so this
Yeah,
is a big thing of like inspiration for the music as well. And I don't know if Laz wants to hear this, but a lot of my inspiration actually comes from early Motown and pop music when I grew up because I kind of like to follow those structures and those hooks and trying to get
yeah,
things like melody versus the chaos type thing. So I get if you listen to my playlist, which Laz has had to listen to in the car a few times, it jumps from the most extreme brutal metal you can think of two Spice Girls, two Lady Gaga. So I like to take a mix of inspiration from everything.
yeah. See, my guilty pleasure is a 90s band called Two Unlimited.
No, no limit.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, Anita Doth.
Techno, 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 techno.
Yeah. Don't get me doing big fish, little fish, cardboard box. I'll tell you what, back in the early 90s, I were on that poser step in the nightclub, throwing some shapes and pulling some seriously dirty women.
Nice.
Can't say anything to
There's
that.
an image for you.
Did you wear your Pink Panther top back then as well?
I didn't know. You like my Pink Panther,
It's
Tom?
amazing.
Last time
It's
I had a Rocky Horror shirt. This time I've got my Pink Panther, the Rinky Dink Pink Panther. There's only one.
yeah.
So, congratulations, Steve, on your graduation.
Thank you. That's on the 20th. That's coming up as well. I got robes. So I'm trying to get like I don't like to like fit in, so I'm trying to have an
Love the
argument with
ropes.
them at the moment about what I can get away with. But no, thank you.
Black on the outside and then like multicolored on the inside, so you can do like a little like
Technicolor raincoat, just do it, man.
Technicolor dream.
Challenge accepted.
Or just Pink Panther inlay. There you go.
I'll
Can I just
sneak on
say how
stage.
crazy it is, though, that you would do a degree whilst also having a full-time job and being in an active touring band? That's insane.
Thank you. It's all ones and zeros. No, no. you find time. It's passion, isn't it? That's the whole thing. And like the name of the band, the original concept was the whole thing is that we worship the sacrifices that we make to make our dreams a reality. So every time we have to, I have to like I'm throwing at me here, like 5 hours down for a gig, or we 5 hours back, and the time we spend away from our family, our friends, and everything, our partners, that is the time that we're sacrificing to do what we love to do, and everyone does it. Like everyone that's a musician or an artist, or even yourself, Dell, for doing these, you're taking time out of your life to do what you love to do, and that's why the name for us is so special, because it's not only worshiping the ones that have, come before us, who've paved the way, who's green light, especially for like in the LGBT community with Rob Halford and Judas Priest and like big metal musicians. We worship them, but we're also worshiping the own sacrifices that each artist makes every single day to be here. So yeah. You heard me moaning when I was doing those exams, Laz. You can't say congratulations. There was some strong words when I was getting those trying to get done.
Yeah, but now I don't have to hear every Friday, I've got to do uni, I've got to do uni.
What's your graduation in?
Business management and accounting. So all numbers.
That's so boring.
I know. Can you imagine like me being an accountant? It's probably why I've not actually explored a career with the degree just yet.
Sorry.
You'll be
So
literally the most exciting guy in the office.
what were it again?
Oh, the degree.
Yeah, what was it
Bi
again?
business management and accounting. Yeah.
Sorry, just
You
wondering.
set me up. Yeah, I can see you set me up.
Oh dear.
Had to be done. What I absolutely love about Rob Halford is his whole outfit that he was wearing was to do with his domination, and that sort of his gratification, and it become literally the costume of heavy metal.
Brilliant.
And you've got these big bikers all wearing their leathers and their studded belts, not realizing, or back in the day, not realizing what it all meant. But we look hard as metal.
But we knew. We knew.
Don't point at me. I didn't know.
I was pointing at the camera. Like, whoever's
Yeah,
watching, we knew.
that's not my thing, mate.
The
But,
disappointment on Steve's face.
have you any tour dates coming up?
No tour dates at the moment. We're working on it, but it's it's been quite tough at the moment in the underground scene. There's a lot of costs that have come into our EP, so the cost of touring itself is also, and it's not as cheap as you would imagine it is. It's a lot of money. So yeah, we're just trying to recoup some funds, and yeah, once we've got there, we'll go around the country again.
We have got some dates coming up though, haven't we?
We have some dates. I just don't have them in my brain right now.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I was asking you. This is how, yeah, don't expect me to remember anything.
You will find them on your Facebook page, I've no doubt,
Our social links.
on your
Yes.
social links.
Yeah, I keep our Instagram up to date, so all of the show posters are on there.
Yeah. I'm just swearing at my partner. She sat listening and her phone went off. Rookie error. Terrible.
Hi.
She's waving. So you've got your Veil of Revelations EP, which is fantastic, well worth listening to, especially your Nemesis cover, really top notch. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that I can understand what you're saying. The guitar work, drumming, outstanding. Really is a fantastic EP. Have you anything else in the pipeline?
Got a little something that we might gift at the end of the year for Christmas. We'll see.
A Christmas song.
We'll see. We'll see.
All I want for Christmas. Lou. Yeah.
Damn it, we can't do it
You've
now.
leaked it now.
Spoiled it, yeah.
That totally ruined your surprise.
It's
I've got a
death
feeling that
us.
when I meet you lot, we're going to get on like a house on fire. I think we're going to have a really good laugh. You're definitely on my wavelength. So it's been genuine pleasure talking to you. I can't end any interview without going through your socials. So everything you can find is on Worship the Sacrifice. Presume you've got a website or a Bandcamp,
Yeah, both.
both.
So worship
And you're on.
worshipthesacrifice.com, and then the Bandcamp is Worship the Sacrifice, and we've got a link tree. So any of our socials will have a link to absolutely everything.
And do you have physical copies for sale of your music?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment, but it's
If there's
all
enough, yeah, if there's enough
all
demand,
streamable.
yes, it's all available on every streaming platform. Through the Bandcamp, you can send us messages, or if we get a big enough demand for physical, then we will start potentially release some physical copies. But at the moment, yes, we are streamable everywhere. Please go listen, enjoy it. If it brings you happiness, if it brings you joy, we've done our job. If it makes you scream or get some feelings that you shouldn't be feeling, then that's even better.
And some twerking going on.
Have a good old twerk.
I
Have a
might
good
start
old
my own
twerk.
Davina McCall workout video with twerking to death metal music. I'm not gonna lie. This is something that's on the cards.
If you don't wear a leotard, I'd be very disappointed.
Okay, that's on the list. Let me.
So I'll finish off all the interviews. I'm hoping you come up with a more exciting answer than the last one. You can't mention your graduations. We've already brought that up, so you've got to think of
Damn it.
something more interesting. And it's Tracy's question, my beautiful partner, Tracy. Her question is, tell us something about you that we don't already know. You can involve other bandmates if you want to, dare I say, drop them in it a little bit if they've got an embarrassing secret that they don't want to know.
Whoa, you go first, lads. Don't make me do it.
No, you go first this time.
Um, I can't really give an embarrassing secret, but for 10 years, I did video game covers and I composed video game music under a pseudonym of Sharp Rain Music. So I kept myself busy when I was out from live music. So there's
Oh,
something people don't
go on.
know.
You've got to tell me some of the things you've done.
Some are indie projects that weren't released, but others I've got some video game music out there, some chiptune stuff, and some metal covers. So I was part of a community called Pixel Mixers, which are amazing, and they support things. So that's kind of where I learned composition and how to read and write music, etc., etc. So that's a bit of a thing that people don't really know.
Oh, can we have a computer game breakdown in the middle of one of your songs? Like,
Da, 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 da. That is a twerkable song. I have twerked it up.
and what about you, Lazarus?
All right. Okay, here we go. This is a deep one. When I was
A
5 years
deep one.
old, I was adopted by two amazing people who I called my mum and dad, and they have been the best people in my life ever.
Oh, wow, that's brilliant. Excellent.
Are you
Oh,
trying to make me
that,
bad? I mentioned something about myself, and you just like, thank
yeah.
you, Laz.
I'm
Thank you
like,
so much. Yeah.
see, my interesting fact is when I was 5, my uncle were a ventriloquist. Well, I used to sit on his knee, he used to stick his hand up and tell me not to say out. You were rubbish. What?
Lock in, Steve. Lock in.
Right.
Sorry, what? Anyway, enough about Uncle Gary.
It'd have been better if we heard the voice. We heard what from off stage, but next time.
No, I like that. That's fantastic. That is a genuine, moving, and not my reveal, your reveal, Lazarus. Genuine, moving end to the interview. Absolutely fantastic. You're one of the most interesting bands I've interviewed, and I love your music. And for me to say I love a metalcore band, that you've won. That's all I can say. You've won.
Thank you,
So
man.
congratulations on that one.
Oh,
So good luck with your future projects, your current EP, yeah, Veil of Revelations, and your London Pride, Metal Pride events. Absolutely brilliant. So well done.
Thank you
awesome.
so
Thank you
much.
so much, dude. And yeah, keep it metal.
And thank you for the re-interview.
Second time the charm.
It's been awful. It's been horrible. God.
You don't get a third. Right, so this
Yeah.
corrupts.
You really did like the interviewing, didn't you?
Yeah, I liked it that much. I corrupted the file to do it all again. Well, thank you anyway. I'll catch you soon, hopefully.
All right.
Take
Take
it
care.
easy.
All right, see you. Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.